right. David Hume claimed, and Kant had read Hume in translation. David Hume claimed that synthetic a priori judgments are impossible. I will explain what that means in just a minute. We're going to start. There are things called analytic a priori judgments. An example of this would be all bachelors are unmarried men. Now, as soon as I said that, did you know that it was true? Yes, but the reason is that the words are synonymous. Bachelor means unmarried man. And so we know that something like this is true a priori without having to experience it. It involves the mere truth of words. But a synthetic proposition is a factual statement about items and events in this world. And something like this must be verified by experience. For example, if we were here at school and I told you that Dr. Easterling is wearing a coat and tie this morning, okay? As soon as I said that, did you know that that was true? Or would you have to see that to determine it and verify it? You would have to see it. Okay, so that's the difference. That's a synthetic a priori judgment. And Hume had said synthetic a priori judgments are impossible. But Kant says there are certain a priori propositions in all statements. So he could say every experience will take place in space and time. Now, as soon as we said that, do we know that is true? Yes, we know that is true, and that would be a synthetic a priori judgment. So we're beginning to see a revolution in thought. The old empirical view of John Locke that had been so influential for over 100 years is being overthrown. Locke tells us that sense experience through our senses, equals our experience of the world. Well, Kant tells us something different. He tells us our a priori conceptual scheme, and that will be these categories of understanding, that they are there first, that our minds are structured that way before we have any experiences. That our a priori conceptual scheme plus sense experience equals our experience of the world. The world as we experience it is the world as processed by the senses.